This is not a coincidence, but rather a call from destiny. When the world is in disarray, your light must shine brightly. The year is not your typical year. It is a holy turning point. When you embrace your actual Rome and destiny, you will revolutionize yourself and the world. You are not a typical human being. Your name appears on the pages of fate. Everything you touch with your hand will experience a magical transformation. You are here not to be a spectator, but to lead, guide, and shine your light in the darkness. It's time to take action. Set aside your concerns and uncertainties and move for your destiny. You have holy energy in your hands. Your heart is filled with boundless bravery. Accept the holy task to which God has called you and fill the earth with unparalleled brightness. Remember that you are no ordinary star. You are the sun that will shine through the gloom of forever. Now post in the comments and stand up. Embrace your objective and remember that this is your year, your time. The new day marks a watershed moment, a crossroads where fate summons people who are especially suited to reshape reality as we know it. This is the period in which persons with a greater purpose take on their responsibilities not by happenstance, but via divine orchestration. To climb today requires going beyond the comfort of assurance, accepting the extraordinary task of reshaping a fragmented world. The skies are waiting, the earth is aching, and the moment requires your whole dedication. You did not stumble upon this way. It was carved into the very core of your existence. It is a fire inside that propels you into action rather than consuming you. You cannot afford to sit back and do nothing. You are responsible for invention, leadership, and the embodiment of greater purpose. This is a watershed moment that requires your complete participation. Imagine a lighthouse standing firm on the brink of a tempest, tossed, its beam piercing through the turbulent night. That lighthouse never questions its job, which is to direct lost boats to safe ports. Similarly, you are supposed to be an unshakable light in a world filled with turmoil and uncertainty. Your goal is to light not with a timid flicker, but with a brightness so strong that it penetrates the darkest darkness. This is your first holy task, to emerge as a beacon of transcendent brightness, guiding others to hope, clarity, and divine purpose. The darkness around you are not insurmountable. They are the exact canvas on which your light will shine. This is not about fitting in or adjusting to the turmoil. It is about standing out, standing solid, and shining brilliant. You aren't a candle trying to remain lit in a storm. You are a limitless source of divine energy, an unstoppable force of clarity and change. When sadness weighs on hearts and uncertainty clouds the path, your presence becomes a compass, leading inexorably to a greater truth. Truth is not a passive force. It's an aggressive, devouring fire that burns away despair and breaks down fear's walls. Your job is to spread this fire across existence, paving the way for others to follow. This is neither a passing chore or a temporary obligation. It is a significant and enduring obligation. What you carry in your hands and heart has the potential to change the course of life, unveiling previously unseen routes and providing others the courage to follow them. This call requires perseverance, a firm belief in your mission, and an unwillingness to be discouraged by the challenges that arise before you. It is not for the faint-hearted, for the stakes are everlasting. You are entrusted with removing the veils that conceal humanity's potential, dismantling the falsehoods that have shackled so many, and revealing the limitless possibilities that await them. This is not a little task. It is a heavenly mandate bestowed upon you by a force much bigger than yourself. If you are experiencing an excess of divine love in your heart, now is the moment to share it. You are meant to do much bigger things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Imagine a farmer preparing a desolate field for harvest. The land may seem forlorn, yet the farmer looks beyond its present situation. They toil with dedication, knowing that the earth has the ability to support life. You are the spiritual farmer who tills the rough, unyielding land of despair, sowing seeds of change where others perceive pessimism. You see opportunities when others fail. You keep going because you know the crop you're preparing will have everlasting importance. Consider yourself a window through which sunshine shines into a darkish room. The glass does not generate the light. It just enables it to flow through, adding warmth and clarity to areas that would otherwise be frigid and hidden. Like that window, your genius is not something you create. The brightness of the divine shines through you. You are not the source, but rather the vessel selected to carry light into the hearts and lives of others around you. This is not a goal to promote oneself by activity or acclaim. Your light's function is to direct people's attention to the sun rather than the window. The power you channel is intended to honor the one who entrusted you with this holy task, not yourself. Even if the world does not yet recognize what it needs, you are required to persevere. I believe that your light will reach those who are ready to see. Imagine standing on a mountaintop at night, carrying a lantern. The wind howls, and the blackness presses in on all sides except your lamp. Small as it may seem, it shines through the darkness with an everlasting light. The darkness may attempt to overwhelm you, but they will never extinguish the light you carry. That is your part in the divine calling. To remain steady, to continue shining, and to believe in the force of the source that drives you. Every act of love, every word of truth, and every stride of faith enhances the light you exude. And as you continue ahead, the light does more than simply brighten your way. Its light shines forth, serving as a beacon for those seeking hope and change. Sharing your talent does not reduce its value. In fact, the more you shine, the brighter your surroundings become. It's like lighting 1,000 candles with one flame. Each carries the same fire, and each spark brightens the space. Understand this. The darkness you encounter is not a sign of defeat, but rather a monument to the strength of the light inside you. Shadows do not collect around things that pose no harm to them. The fact that you face opposition is confirmation that what you bring is powerful and necessary. So when resistance arises, let it increase your determination. Remember that the light you carry is not powered by your own strength, but by a force much bigger than any impediment in your path. There will be occasions when you feel the weight of the work ahead of you. There are times when it seems that the darkness will never end. However, it is at these times that your connection to the source is at its strongest. Your light is nourished by the Creator's unlimited energy, just as a river receives its flow from an unending reservoir. You are never alone on this endeavor. The divine presence surrounds you, leading, rejuvenating, and assuring that your light never dims. Consider the lives you touch like seeds sown in fruitful soil. The light you radiate becomes the sunshine that they need to thrive. You may not always see the results of your efforts immediately, but know that every ray of light you shine is growing something invisible. The world is yearning for what you have, even if it does not yet acknowledge it. Your duty is not to compel comprehension, but to stay true to your purpose. Knowing that the seeds will grow and the harvest will arrive in due course means you're not just holding light, but also spreading it. Everyone smiles. Every good gesture, every act of bravery causes waves of brilliance far beyond what you can see. Your talent has an influence on people and locations you may never visit, changing their lives. You may never meet. This demonstrates the exponential power of divine light. It multiplies as it goes, touching hearts and transforming lives in ways that only heaven can comprehend. Remember that you are part of something far bigger than yourself. The light inside you is not supposed to be concealed or contained. It was given to you for a reason. And the objective is to shine, even if you feel little, even when the darkness seems forever. Believe in the power of the one who called you. The light that created the stars in the sky burns inside you, and it cannot be overcome. So stand steady. Hold your candle aloft. Be the window that allows sunshine to stream in. The world may not completely grasp the light you bring, but it needs it more than ever. And as you continue to shine, you are not only fulfilling your destiny, but also reminding everyone you encounter that there is a larger light, hope, and love leading us all home. This is a journey of faith, action, bravery, and conviction. It is not enough to merely believe. You must act fearlessly, with determined steps, truthful words, and acts that flame with the clarity of divine purpose. The trail ahead is steep, but it is also beautiful. You are not wandering alone. You are walking it as part of a larger plan, backed and enabled by the Creator of everything. Consider the rippling impact of your light. One beam may lead many ships. One spark may start many fires, and one life lived with purpose can change the lives of countless people. The stakes are too high, and the consequences are too tremendous for you to hesitate every time you stand strong. Every decision you make to radiate truth, every stride you take in faith, moves the world around you closer to its destiny. The time for uncertainty is over. The time for action is now. You were not picked by chance. You were picked because you are equipped, empowered, and prepared to succeed. This is your opportunity to move into the fullness of your calling and complete the task that has been placed before you. The Creator is with you, guiding, strengthening, and pouring His light into you so that you might spread it across the globe. You are more than simply a participant in this trip. You are a leader, a guide, and a living embodiment of divine truth, which affects all it touches. Allow your brightness to shine so brightly that it cannot be ignored. Let your deeds speak louder than words, and let your presence serve as a reminder to everyone who encounter you that there is a higher road, a better future, and a bigger truth. You've been picked for this assignment and are well prepared to succeed. Step up courageously and show the world what it means to be a light of sublime brightness. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace come upon you today. I'm here to remind you of a fundamental fact. Our existence is based on God's divine design, which is unaffected by worldly worries. The challenge ahead is one of fundamental change rather than simplicity or self-interest. You are tasked with displaying the limitless flow of heavenly charity in a world riddled with restrictions and uncertainty. This path is not about collecting for personal riches, but rather about unveiling the broad nature of divine sustenance. You are asked to create frameworks that represent limitless possibilities. When others are gripped by inadequacy anxieties, initiatives that restore dignity, foster development, and inspire fundamental change emerge. Your job is to act with open-hearted boldness, demonstrating that the essence of heavenly riches is founded in infinite grace. Through courageous acts of trust and selfless sharing, you create a ripple effect, sowing seeds that blossom into a forest of changing possibilities. True riches is not limited to monetary gain, but thrives in the long-term effect of love and purpose. The richness you bring out is not a faraway dream. It is a reality waiting to be exposed by your unshakable dedication. Step into this position with clarity and commitment, revealing that the flow of divine generosity is limitless and that you are a receptacle for this timeless truth. Healing is not a passive desire, but an active charge that demands bravery and action. The brokenness in people and the planet is a cry that must not be ignored. Your duty goes much beyond providing relief. It is about being a tool of healing and rejuvenation. You are enabled to tackle life's profound fissures, repairing not just physical, but also spiritual wounds caused by neglect and despair. This obligation requires you to completely use the power provided to you by the Creator to restore harmony where chaos has taken root. The earth, burdened by overuse and separation, calls out for peace. Your mission is to work in harmony with heavenly energies to cleanse what has been defiled, healing what has been scarred, and reconstructing what has been destroyed. This task requires persistent concentration and a willingness to enter regions that others fear, delivering light where darkness has stayed for too long. Every act of repair you do demonstrates the power of divine intervention. The work before you is enormous, but the resonance of your deeds will reverberate throughout time, ensuring that healing is both deep and long-lasting. Fostering connectedness in a fractured society is not a recommendation, but a holy mandate. You are to develop groups that go beyond surface-level oneness, creating networks of true purpose and mutual spiritual progress. These are not casual encounters. They are truth-based sanctuaries that aim to promote transformational cooperation. Disunity begets conflict. You must sow seeds of understanding where bitterness thrives. You must cultivate the soil for compassion to bloom. The environments you build must transcend physical boundaries, touching the hearts of people inside and projecting their power forth to affect the world at large. The task is neither simple nor without obstacles. It requires unflinching determination, the ability to negotiate disagreements, and the vision to lead with honesty. These holy communities will shine as beacons of hope and faith, rekindling the spiritual fires of its members and blazing the path for others. The task necessitates courage and unwavering commitment, since it is through these purposeful partnerships that the divine plan emerges, bringing light and love into the midst of discord. The road ahead requires a deep metamorphosis, leading mankind into a realm where creativity and oneness transcend the limitations of the commonplace. As one period ends and another begins, intentional leadership and unrelenting attention on aligning people with a higher rhythm that resolves conflict and fosters peace are required. It is your obligation to serve as a conduit for this progress, cutting through misunderstanding and exposing the path for others to ascend to clarity and purpose. This transformation is neither gradual nor passive. It is built by deliberate work, unshakable cooperation, and an unshakable dedication to a higher order. Each step you take creates ripples that spread outward, not only waking people, but also enhancing their ability to contribute to a collective regeneration in the face of skepticism, resistance, and inaction. You must stand as proof that this moment has always been humanity's destiny. Your actions shape the architecture of this enhanced reality, laying the groundwork for a future rich in balance and promise. The job is huge. However, your function as a guide, catalyst, and architect guarantees its achievement. The heart of your mission is based on a relationship that must be nurtured and strengthened on a daily basis. The relationship between you and the divine is not static. It takes continual work and dedication to stay unshaken. With calm meditation and concentrated purpose, clarity arises, allowing you to negotiate the complexity of this route. The dialogue between you and the Creator is not limited to words. It manifests itself in the synchronistic flow of events, the alignment of possibilities, and the calm confidence that arrives when the path ahead seems unclear. This partnership drives your goal by honing your capacity to recognize and act with purpose as you strengthen your link. Distractions and uncertainties dissolve, enabling heavenly energy to flow freely, equipping you to do the tasks entrusted to you. The act of coming closer to the source of all power is not a choice. It serves as the basis for all subsequent responsibilities. Through prayer, contemplation, and active alignment, you create a connection that converts hesitancy into movement and doubt into clarity. The problems you confront are not obstacles, but rather chances to improve and advance. The demands of chaos are not your undoing, but rather the forge in which your resilience is formed and developed. These challenges remove distractions, requiring you to concentrate on what really important. They show the aspects of yourself that need polishing and assist you in emerging as a sharper, more intentioned, or powerful force for change. Each obstacle is an opportunity to exhibit your steadfast faith in the larger plan, rather than a test of survival. Rather of dreading the storms, embrace them as a means of refining yourself into a vessel capable of significant effect. The power necessary to overcome does not come from inside, but rather from a source that has already surmounted all obstacles. These difficult times, rather than discouraging you, serve as catalysts for a greater alignment with your objective. They construct paths to deeper insight, preparing you to cross the most stormy seas with a firm sense of purpose. The Earth and its fragile processes are more than simply a backdrop for human life. They are an essential component of the mission. Restoring this equilibrium is not a charitable effort, but rather a necessary step in realigning humanity's role within a broader harmony. The planet's scream is a visceral reminder of everything's interdependence, rather than an intellectual appeal. The call is clear: repair what has been neglected and instill a fresh feeling of responsibility for what has been given to us. This is a work that requires both vision and urgency, requiring significant actions toward restoring ecosystems, sustaining life, and reconnecting mankind with its duty as a caregiver rather than a consumer. Each action you do becomes a thread in the complex tapestry of restoration, reconnecting humanity to its place within the great plan. Through conscious work and regard for creation, the Earth's wounds may be healed, and a foundation for a thriving future can be laid. The Earth's balance has been broken, not by chance, but as a result of humanity's long-standing estrangement from its divine core. It is more than just an item to be exploited. It is a fundamental element of creation that vibrates with life and divine design. The obligation to mend and restore this connection now lies with you. This is a massive endeavor that requires decisive and revolutionary acts to fix what has been broken and bring back to life what has been forgotten. The planet is requesting alignment, a reset to resonate with the divine vibrations that support its life. Your effort is not an act of benevolence, but rather a duty to strike a balance between healing the wounds of neglect and restoring the Earth to its higher purpose. Every careful effort toward repair generates a wave of regeneration that extends well beyond the obvious consequence. As you participate in this holy endeavor, you are not just rejuvenating the planet. You are taking part in a divine design to elevate both creation and mankind to a higher condition of existence. Humanity is not limited to the confines of this globe, but is part of a linked network that spans the universe. The work at hand is to create bridges, relationships that resonate with the common aim of creation. This is not a conquering expedition, but rather a collaborative endeavor to connect with the bigger forces that govern existence. The cosmos is not empty. It is brimming with potential and holy energy, yearning to be realized through togetherness. Your mission is to function as a translator, bringing humanity's goals into harmony with the rhythms of the universe. Every movement, whether in thinking, prayer, or deed, adds to the cosmic harmony. You are not operating in solitude. Your efforts are inextricably linked with energy and goals beyond your understanding, creating a symphony of heavenly creation. With strength and resolve, you must rise to conquer the illusion of separation, accepting the reality that all is gained via divine plan. As you promote this cosmic alignment, mankind assumes its proper place as a co-creator in the magnificent fabric of life. You become a part of his divine plan. You are a powerful, dazzling entity, as solid as the massive rock that saw God's marvels. Feel the rewards of your kindness in your spirit, and light up the world with confidence and bravery. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord lead you. The job you perform does not end with you. It will reverberate throughout decades, inspiring future leaders and changing their paths. Your role is to prepare and encourage people who will carry out this objective. This is a transformational mentoring work in which your experiences, knowledge, and resilience serve as instruments to sharpen and prepare people for their holy duties, rather than just guiding them. Each individual you influence is a torchbearer who spreads the light you spark. This is not about leaving a legacy, but about ensuring that the divine vision is carried forward via the lives you touch. The power of your example, the conviction of your deeds, and the clarity of your aim will direct their paths. As you empower people, you increase the influence of your goal, causing waves of change that will last long beyond your lifetime. This is a multiplication call, in which each seed you plant develops into a forest of transformation, guaranteeing that the divine purpose burns brighter and stronger with each passing instant. The future is not waiting passively. It is actively developing itself around your preferences and dedication. The moment to act is not tomorrow. It is now. Every action you make in accordance with this holy calling reinforces the foundational symbol of a world changed by divine energy. The challenges ahead are not barriers, but doors that may be opened by your bravery and faith. You are not only seeing change, you are the primary force propelling it forward. Your acts dispel the darkness and bring the light of divine purpose into every area of reality. There is no hesitancy on this road, just clarity and conviction. The world awaits your actions, the tale you can tell, and the change you can bring. You are the light, the fire, and the driving force behind a future in which divine harmony becomes a reality.